everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at wear testing and reviewing a Tarte foundation. This is the Tarte Confidence Creamy Powder Foundation. I have the color Fair Neutral. You get 11 grams of product. Tarte is out of New York and this is made in Korea. It retails for 46 Canadian dollars, although right now it's discontinued and on sale for 30 Canadian dollars, but only in 3 shades. It originally came in 9 shades, was a fairly limited range. It claims to be a creamy, full coverage perfecting foundation. It's supposed to deliver skincare benefits with moisture and anti-aging as well as your coverage. You are supposed to be able to use it wet or dry. Personally, I just use it dry. That's what I look for in a foundation. But they do say you could take a sponge and dampen it and then put it in the powder. Use it that way. Today, I'm just going to use it completely dry. It's supposed to be good for 12-hour wear, which is perfect because we're doing a 12-hour wear test today. And it's supposed to never be dry or flaky, which is something that I look for. My skin is kind of oily, kind of combo. And especially in the winter around my nose, it gets pretty flaky. Sometimes there's extra texture and zits right now along my chin and jaw. Let's just apply it and see what it's like, how well it wears. It's also a vegan product and hypoallergenic, no scent or anything. Basically, you just pick it up with your brush. I'm using one of the Tarte brushes as well. This is a really dense kabuki type brush. It does have a mirror in it, which is super nice. Alright, and that is what it looks like on. As you can see, it's really quick to apply. Doesn't take any time at all. You can just keep tapping back in and adding more slowly as you think you need. It's really great on days where you don't want any type of feel of foundation or the time it takes to blend out like a liquid foundation. It really does a great job. Gives your skin a nice matte look, and it honestly doesn't feel like anything is on your skin at all. This is kind of one of those foundations where I always get paranoid, like, is it actually doing something or not? I have that problem a lot with powder foundations. I also want to apply a touch of blush. And also just a teensy bit of highlighter today. And one thing that I always do when I wear a powder foundation is I make sure to set it with a setting powder. I find if I don't, they might get a little bit too creamy and actually like settle in lines around your face or in areas that you have a bit of texture. So even though we applied a powder, always good to set it as well. Okay, and here is what my skin is looking like after application. I'm gonna pop over to natural light so you can take a look at it, and then we'll just wear test this for the next 12 hours. So let's go. Alright, I'm back. So here we are at the end of the day. Overall, oil control was pretty good. I didn't blot or anything all day, although by now I am feeling pretty greasy. Just gonna quickly powder. I think you can definitely still see blush and highlighter. I did blow my nose a lot today, and you can definitely see, so I think it's definitely worn down kind of around my nostrils and the lower part of my face, but it's a light enough foundation, like it's light coverage, so like it doesn't really matter. It's not like a liquid foundation where you get those like big noticeable streaks of foundation. And overall my skin still looks nice and like skin. There's no emphasized texture, especially up on my forehead. The rest of my nose still looks really good. Cheeks look good. My zip maybe's got a little bit of texture. That could also be from the concealer. And yeah, overall I felt like I had just a really nice skin day. Like you saw throughout my check-ins, studio lighting's a little bit more flattering. I think in daylight it definitely looks a lot less high coverage. It's definitely like a no foundation foundation, at least when you use it dry like I do, and just kind of like buff it on all over, which is like a feeling and an experience that I really enjoy, because like if I wanted a fuller coverage, I really would just stick to a liquid or maybe apply this over a liquid. As is, I think it's definitely my favorite powder foundation that I've ever tried thus far. $46, that's super expensive. Even on sale for $30, that's quite expensive. I have had mine for quite a while now though, and I haven't quite reached pan. So I think just the nature of the product and the nature of application, it will last you a very long time. This is definitely a product that I would have considered repurchasing had Tarte not discontinued it. And I guess I still am pretty apprehensive about trying other powder foundations. I do think this stuff lives up to the 12-hour claims. I feel like if it does, if you can find it in your shade, you should snap it up while it's on sale if you haven't tried it yet. Of course, if you're a higher coverage lover, you're probably going to want to pass on this one. But overall, I'm going to give this foundation, well, 1 point off because it's so expensive. But aside from that, I love everything else about it. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And yeah, I would recommend if you can still find it, and it comes in your shade range. Anyway, that's a look at the Tarte Confidence Creamy Powder Foundation. If you try this foundation or any other powder foundations, do let us know your thoughts and recommendations down below. If you enjoyed today's video, you know the drill. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, consider becoming a Patreon, and a huge shout out to my current patrons. Thank you so much for your support. With that, I will see you all in Friday's beauty video. Bye guys.